children, I hope you are doing great in this lockdown period. Okay, so today I would like to do a short poem, village song, written by Sarojini Naidu from your textbook, Our Way to English, book 7. So open on page 44. Okay, so before we go through this poem, let's see the word meanings for the difficult words, okay, which is on page number 45. So here are the word meanings. Okay, the first word is tempted to tarry, which means felt a strong desire to stay longer. Leered is attracted, tender, soft and gentle. Serpent, snake, smite, hit, attack, Old English. Murmur, speak softly, whereby not many can hear. Betide, me, happen to me, Old English. Succor, help to someone in trouble, Old English. Okay, so now turn back to page 44. Okay, so it says sometimes when you go somewhere and get late for some reason or the other, it even becomes dark. How do you feel returning alone in the dark, long, lonely road? Definitely, you might be feeling scared, you might be thinking how to, get home faster, okay? So these are the, thoughts which keeps on going in our head, which keeps whirling in our head, okay? So let's see, let's read the poem. We'll find out, okay, 3, answer to the question like where the girl had gone, why was she late, and what was she thinking while walking back alone in the dark, lonely road. So this is Village Song by Sarojini Naidu. Full are my pitchers and far to carry, lone is the way and long. Why, oh why, was I tempted to tarry, lured by the boatman's song? Swiftly the shadows of night are falling, here, oh here is the white crane calling. Is it the wild owl's cry? There are no tender moonbeams to light me, if in the darkness a serpent should bite me, or if an evil spirit should smite me, Ram re Ram, I shall die. My brother will murmur, why doth she linger? My mother will wait and weep, saying, oh safe may the great gods bring her, the Jamuna's waters rush by so quickly. The shadows of evening gather so thickly, like black birds in the sky. Oh, if the storm breaks, what will betide me? Safe from the lightning, where shall I hide me? Unless thou succor my footsteps and guide me, Ram re Ram, I shall die. So the explanation of the poem goes like this. You can see, a picture of a girl who's carrying pails of water, like, earthen pot on her side, and on another corner of the page you can see the picture of a river, 2 boats, palm trees, and a fisherman. Okay, so this is a sight of a river. So the poem is all about this scene near the river, and a girl getting late going back home. And she gets late because she was very much attracted by the boatman's song. So, okay, so this girl in the poem goes to river to fetch water, okay? So, in the first stanza, full are my pitchers and far to carry, lone is the way and long. Why, oh why, was I tempted to tarry, lured by the boatman's song? Okay, so this girl says, her pitchers are full, her earthen pots are full, and she has to go back home, and her way back home is very long and lonely. Okay, and she says, why was I tempted to tarry? Felt a strong desire to stay there longer, though I knew I have to go back home, and it is the night are falling, the dusk is falling, it is already dusk, and I was so much attracted by the boatman's song. And she says, swiftly the shadows of night are falling, here, oh here is the white crane calling. Is it the wild owl's cry? And then she says, she gets so much anxious because it's getting late, and she feels now that the shadows of night are falling very very fast, swiftly, very rapidly. Okay, and she even hears the call of the white crane calling, and she's not sure whether it's the white crane calling or the wild owl's cry. Crane, white crane, you can see white birds with long slender legs, near the seashore or the river. Okay, they also might be returning home, and she thinks like, is it the white crane calling or is it the wild owl's cry? She's confused whether the cry of the calling of the bird she heard was whether it was wild owl's cry or is it the white crane's calling. There are no tender moonbeams to light me, or if in the darkness a serpent should bite me, or if an evil spirit should smite me, ram re ram, I shall die. Then she further says that it is so dark, the night is so dark, there are no tender moonbeams to light her also. Okay, you can't see anything, since it is in the on the village village path. There are no street lights, nothing, and you have to go through the jungle, and she's so scared. There is no tender moonbeams also to to show her the way, to show her the path, and it is very dark, and she's scared that in the darkness, if a serpent would bite her, or even if a serpent wouldn't bite her, then she's even scared that what if an evil spirit would attack her. Then in both the cases, she says like, ram re ram, I shall die, I might die. And in the second stanza, my brother will murmur, why doth she linger? My mother will wait and weep, saying, O safe, may great gods bring her. The Jamuna's waters rush by so quickly. The shadows of evening gather so thickly, like black birds in the sky. Then she imagines that her brother is getting angry and murmuring, talking to himself, getting angry at her, being late, for lingering here and there, getting attracted by anything on her way. Okay, and she doesn't realize the time passing by so quickly, and it's getting darker, and everybody's anxious at home, and she imagines that her mother must have waited and waited, and must be weeping now, praying to God, that the God will bring her safely back home. Okay, and then she says like, the Jamuna's waters rush by so quickly. My mother must be worrying that at this time of the year, maybe it's the monsoon time, okay, and the waters of Jamunas are rushing by so quickly. It's flowing very very rapidly, and even the shadows of evening are gathering so thickly, like blackbirds in the sky. The shadows of evening, that means the night is falling so faster, so rapidly, like the whole sky has been covered with blackbirds. Blackbirds has covered the whole sky. And then she says like, oh, if the storm breaks, what will betide me? Safe from the lightning, where shall I hide me? Unless thou succor my footstep and guide me, ram re ram, I shall die. And she says like, like I told you, it is the monsoon time. It must be the monsoon time. And she even thinks like there could be lightning and all. And she's very worried that what will happen to me if suddenly the storm breaks from the lightning. The lightnings are coming, and the storm. If storm breaks, okay, where is she going to hide herself safely from all this storm and lightning? She then calls out to God to guide her footsteps and help her, otherwise she would die. So this is it. I guess this will suffice your requirement, and you are going to do this work on your exercise copies and read thoroughly and study well. Okay, thank you.